What I love about archaeology is that it's a different form of history. Archaeology is the everyday life.
When we're able to actually see the trash from an individual, we can make a lot of good interpretations about what their life was like. You know, trash doesn't lie. The Camp Creek flooded after the Waldo Canyon fire. The city of Colorado Springs wanted to do some flood mitigation. So they ended up hiring Alpine Archaeological consultants to conduct a survey of the area where they had planned to put some retention ponds or detention ponds.
They wore away a lot of the vegetation in one area along the creek, and I started noticing, some historic artifacts there. One of the construction workers pulled out a whole bottle, and in my career I haven't seen a whole lot of buried bottles. We usually get fragments or little pieces or half a bottle if you're lucky.
Sure enough, they started to pop up as something much more significant than just kind of urban trash along a major road through town.
I started finding pieces of light bulbs, and in the light bulbs, the glass part inside was still intact, and they had a piece of paper in them that had serial numbers and patent dates from the 1880s. As an archaeologist, your mind starts working and thinking, who has electricity at this time in Colorado Springs? Who has enameled bricks? It's, somebody that's fairly well off, probably. And of course, we're right outside the mouth of Glen Eyrie, and so, of course, one of my first thoughts was, could this be Palmer's trash?
One of the enameled bricks that we had identified was actually used in Glen Eyrie, which was General William Jackson Palmer's home that was right nearby. We recovered a silver-plated dining serving tray. And one of our lab folks was looking and said, oh, there's a name, it looks like, inscribed. It ended up saying Mellon, which was Queen Palmer's maiden name. The mark on the plate actually dated to the 1850s. This was an heirloom artifact that came with the Palmers or Queen's family.
I don't think you could overstate the importance of General Palmer's significance to Colorado Springs history. Palmer had a hand, or at least some connection, to nearly everything in early Colorado Springs history.
But what makes this unique is that we don't have very much trash that we know of that is related to the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, because they're living in large urban centers and their trash is being disposed of with everybody else. We understand their life from a written, kind of filtered moment, but this is an unfiltered, known, unknown. This is their true life.
The key partners are the State of Colorado Springs, the State Historic Preservation Office, Alpine Archaeological Consultants, and FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. We found about 67,000 artifacts, bones so that we can tell what they were eating, even like oyster shells, shoes, pieces of clothing, buckles, buttons.
Mostly all related to the Palmers' occupation of Glen Eyrie between 1880s and 19-teens. It's the tangible, physical evidence of history and realizing that it's everywhere, and that anywhere beneath your feet could be something significant.
Trash is our history, these artifacts tells about individual people's lives and what they were doing on a daily basis. They're just so personal.